Hello and welcome to Toy Vet episode 23. This is a show where I react to upcoming toy releases. I have here a list of upcoming releases that I saw, knew I would want to take a second look at them. And instead of taking the second look, I put them on this list and I'm taking that second look here with you now. So these reactions are mostly fresh. That's true of most of the things on this list. Sometimes there's something I've looked at a little bit. But let's get into it, see what we have this week. Minty Adventures Mini Cute Beans series, blind bag. I've talked about why I put these beans on my list multiple times, so I'll spare you this time. I'll probably bring it up again sometime, but these are obviously pretty feminine. Once again, I sort of like the drawings here more than the actual product in a way. Although let's see if any of them look cool. Some great names in here as usual. Like Child of Humanity, that's really cool. Miss French Fries. Oh, she's got French fries on her. That's really cool. Lunar Eclipse Witch, that's scary. Hymn of Praise with a skull on it, that's scary. And you have your hiddens here. Plague Doctor, that's kind of cool. Red Blue Eyes. Somebody in your Japanese or anime or Asian style thing always got to have different colored eyes. Always got to have red blue eyes. Is that like a translucent one? That's kind of cool if so. That might be the Child of Humanity there. I don't know. That one looks like a donut. That's cool. Yeah, it does look kind of translucent, that one. That one's like a chess king, and it's winking too. Interesting. They're cats, which I don't necessarily like. It's the Plague Doctor. Maybe these aren't as feminine as I thought. They have some very feminine ones and then some kind of pretty dark ones too. I actually kind of like these. Like if there were all these feminine ones, although these are cool designs, I would not be into it as much. But then you have some of the dark ones too. It's interesting. Oh, this is Miss French Fries. She's got French fries right there, and it's interesting. I almost commented on this before we got started that the red color on this is really cool. I think it's supposed to be ketchup, which makes it even cooler. Yeah, these are pretty interesting. Here's the probabilities. General hidden 0.78%, super hidden 0.47%. Pretty low. Each bag contains 4. Regular style 98.75%. Yeah. But let's see, you get the box contains 8, you get 4. So what's that, like 32? 2% chance. You need to get, say if you got 100, you should probably get one of these hiddens. So you probably have like a 30% chance per box. That math's probably totally wrong. But sounds good. Let's see. Just gonna read the story here. I won't read it out loud. Sometimes that annoys me when YouTubers read something out loud that's on the screen. So you have high transparency glaze, premium matte finish, jelly-like semi-transparent material, which I think is a hidden. Looks like it has a PSP on it. That's cool. Soft flocking. I thought some of them looked flocked. Iridescent radiance. Dreamy glitter process. Okay, I wanted to see the brand. It's Come for Arts. It's not strawberry musette or anything like that, like I thought it might be. I don't know, if I was still in the market for beans, I'd be thinking about these, but I am going to put them on my list because I ended up liking them more than I thought. Let's put them on my little tracking list here, which is called the interest list. Now, the way it talks about Minty, it's almost like, this time Minty did this. I wonder if there's other Minty stuff. Maybe I'll look into that at some point. Let's just do a quick search here on Kika Goods for Minty. Looks like maybe they have some dolls, full-size dolls, if these are the same brand. So they have some dolls, but now they have some beans too. And I saw these at the bottom, just clicked on them. Monicat Sweet Delicious Mini Cute Bean Series blind bag. Let's just take a quick look at these. Kind of interesting. Oh, is this one of the ones where there's like a bunch of different styles and you can get the same figures in different styles? Maybe? Let's see. Like this cantaloupe and banana are two of them. Let's see if they appear. Regular styles. Cantaloupe. Banana. Not all. So you can't get a banana in the transparent, but you can get a cantaloupe in the transparent. Light changing. I wonder if that means glow in the dark or the colors change. Temperature changing. Like my son's color changing car, Hot Wheels that go in the bath, perhaps. And one hidden style electroplating bamboo shoots, which is that even in any other style? I don't think it is. These remind me of, I played this weird video game before called War of the Human Tanks. And a lot of the characters were just humanoids, but every once in a while it would just be like a tanker vehicle with a little cute head sticking out of it like this. Hard to explain that game, but it's a cool game. I think these might end up on my list too. Pretty cool. I kind of like them. I'm going to put them on the list. Theoretically, this is the list of things I might buy one day, but I'm never going to buy barely any of this stuff, probably. But stuff to consider when I do go to buy something, which is going to be rare these days. But anyway, let's see what's next. That was unplanned. That second, the Fruit Girls, that was not planned to look at, but just saw them and it was a good pick there. All right, from Toys R Evil we have Skullbone Zombie, Easy Vinyl Kit, assembly required, and Ivory Black Astro Skullbot Hard Vinyl Kit. It's cool that you put it together. I wonder if you just push it together. Probably. I kind of like that, but not into the figure so much. This one's cooler. Oh, there's the instructions. Let's see. I can't see the instructions with him. Let's see. Study the drawing. Be careful not to get hurted when using heat gun. Oh, you're supposed to heat gun it to... Maybe you can use a hairdryer to soften it so you can pop it together. sounds like. I can just barely read this. Made in Japan, it says right there. This figure I like a little better. I wish it was a colorway. This seems like a blank. Yeah, it's even called Ivory Blank, which it looks good enough, but if it was a blank that I would not paint myself, I feel like I'd want it to be a different colored blank than just ivory. This seems like a base color that is just purely for you to paint on. Like, you couldn't really display him like that. You could, obviously, but he'd look better if you were going to have a solid color that you weren't going to paint as like black or red or pink or something. But yeah, it'd be cooler if he was a colorway. Like, this colorway on the box is pretty cool. Pretty interesting. And I kind of like that you have to assemble it, although it's a little scary. I'd be scared of breaking it or something, but although from some of the vinyl figures I have, I don't think you would really break it probably, but I'm sure you could if you tried hard enough. Next is Large Cube Bean Baking Series 2. I think we looked at some of these before. Perhaps the first series, maybe even this one. Although these look new. I guess I wasn't on the first picture to begin with. Pretzel bun, cream cheese. That doesn't look like cream cheese. That looks like Swiss cheese. That's pretty cool. Oops, I just double clicked, I think. Yeah, they're pretty neat. I wonder how big they are. And I don't think... I think I watched an unboxing that Kika Goods did on one of these series. And I don't think they're blind at all. I think they you just get one in a clear bag and you can see which one it is. But I might be wrong on that, but I think that's the case. They're about 1 to 1.4 inches tall. Yeah, it does say header and transparent bag. And they're hand painted, which you can kind of tell looking at them. Which is kind of... It's like slight imperfections in a way, which... it's kind of cool, but... And it's kind of cool to know the artist painted them, but on the other hand... It does make them look a little sloppy sometimes, honestly. But it's a cool effect in a certain sense, too. I kind of like that effect in some big vinyl figures, but on these, it almost makes them... I don't know, it almost makes them look cheap, although when you see it and you think about the artist actually painting it, you know it's not cheap. You're actually getting a connection rate to the artist, but anyway. Next, another tweet from Toys R Evil. Muggy Tea-worthy one-offs. There's 4 of them by Lowbrow Wee Toys. Clear Safubi, packaged with glittery colors. Sold out. I guess these are already sold out, but let's take a look at them. It's like a gentleman dog wearing a top hat and maybe a monocle. And maybe armor or something? See how there's like bumps on the arms and legs? And filled with colored ribbons, I think? I really like transparent figures, but they're 8 inches long. And I think this is another view of them. I don't know if it has a monocle or just... Yeah, maybe not, because both eyes look like this, almost like mechanical eyes. Maybe it's like a robot dog, which would explain these bumps too. I don't really like these. I think the potential on transparent figures is really high, and I've seen some really awesome ones. I have a really awesome one, actually. I have a Burger Coon X Coon, which is a half X-ray with a ton of stuff inside him. Really awesome. one of the coolest things in my collection. Yeah, but I don't necessarily like these. I like the texture you get with real objects, like these ribbons in there, but in another sense, it kind of looks not that great in a way. It almost looks like a cheap Christmas package that has Ferrero Rochers in it or something like that. Anyway, let's move on. Gachari Robo Rainbow by Otacream X Hashi. Or Hashi. So I really love Otacream and these robots. I have a full set of one of the Gacha series that he's done. That's called G. It's called G Robo and Mecha Peepo, and this is the G in G Robo. Gachari. So I have like 4 or 5 of figures that look like this. Looking at my shelf, I have 4 of them. And then there's 2 of another type in that series that I have. I wonder what size this is. 17.5 centimeters. So let's bust out the ruler. I don't know if you can hear my drawer there. Oh, you know, I typically go online and Google the conversion, but I just realized my ruler has centimeters on it. So 17 centimeters, it's like, but then it's backward from the inches. So I'm going to convert. Plus, the side with the centimeters starts on a rounded edge, not a flat edge, so I can't put it on my desk and see. So let's just convert it. 17.5 centimeters to inches, 6.8 inches, about 7 inches. So this is way bigger than the figures I have, which are like 3 inches tall, probably. Really cool that it's a bigger G-Robo figure. Let's see. It does follow the Roy G. Biv, so I don't think it's a pride flag thing. I hope it's not. I think it's just a rainbow, and it's a cool transparent rainbow. I almost feel like it's like they just wanted to do the most colorful, cool, translucent thing they could do, and that's what it is. So very cool. Definitely going on the list because it's a cool Otacream thing, but it's weird. Sometimes when I really like a figure, I'll get like a full set of them like I have with this, and then I'm like, I'd almost rather get something else as the next piece in my collection because I already have a bunch of these, even though this is another cool colorway. I don't want to have just a ton of these, you know, when I could get something else for the limited funds I have to buy stuff, if that makes sense. So even though I think this is awesome, in a certain sense, I'm like, I'll probably get something else for my money rather than more G-Robos. But it's really cool. And it's $90, which is a lot of money. All right, next. Gloomy Bear Capsule Soft Final Mascot Gotcha by J Dream. Gloomy the Naughty Grizzly. It's a keychain, which I have talked about how I'm not really into that in a certain way. I'd almost want them to... I feel like that takes away from their displayability, although you can hang them on stuff, and that is kind of cool, but I would prefer to display stuff like this, probably. I guess this is a grizzly that just mauled someone or something. Let's look at the translation, because I wonder if this is a hidden or something. Let's see. This makes it says now available as a capsule toy. Makes it sound like it's a an IP. Leanne items. I don't know what that means. And this is a thing I've seen with Google Translate. Sometimes it'll translate just something that's supposed to be a shape into a word, unless it, like this says basket upside down, and if you look at it, it's just a blood stain. Unless this is really supposed to be basket upside down in Japanese, or whatever language this is. I think it's Japanese. Could be wrong. And it randomly says houses right there too. Let's see, right above the ear, the black one, it says gloomy. So that's weird too. Yeah, they're kind of cute and interesting, but I'm not into the keychain aspect, and I'm just not gonna go for them right now. Next, Peanuts Yummy Sweets mascot gotcha. I've looked at some of this Peanuts stuff before and just talked about how it's interesting how sometimes these franchises are like really popular in Asia and you think of them as on the downtrend in America. Like Snoopy and Charlie Brown is not having new stuff come out all the time for in America. But then you see this Japanese, this one's definitely Japanese because it has yen right here. And I typically like to prize myself on being able to recognize Japanese versus Chinese. So I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth and I'm end up being wrong about the one I just looked at. This one says .jp right here too, so it definitely is. And I personally kind of like Peanuts. Like I grew up watching it. I had Snoopy bed sheets. Snoopy at the Olympics bed sheets when I was a kid. I may have talked about that before. These are cute. I wouldn't get any Peanuts collectibles, but I find it kind of interesting that this is out there. And it's cute. I do like it. Snoopy looks weird though, like with his eyes open here, he doesn't, I guess his eyes look like this. Or, yeah, just not like that when they're open. But it's pretty cool. I'm going to translate it just because. Melon soda. Just so you know, the pattern on the plate is also cute. This one too. Yeah, the parfait is cool. It's not food, people. It'd be cool if it was. Maybe at the Peanuts Cafe in Japan, you can get these. Alright, next. Spacelight Kumaneko Gotcha. I think I put these on here just to see what's up with the light part. Like, do they glow in the dark or do they actually have a flashlight aspect to them? So let's translate and see, because I'm not into this like at all, I don't think. Although I also kind of like that it's a figure in a box, and I wonder if you can take it out of the box. That's just an interesting, different format, if so. It will shine. Please note that due to the structure of the vending machine, the same product may be dispensed consecutively. That's interesting. Let's see if this says anything about a battery. Do not wrap it around your fingers. I wonder if people have been hurt by these ball chain keychains before. Okay, there's a risk of battery cracking or leakage, so I think it actually lights up, which that's pretty neat. There's nothing about taking it out. It says ABS and silicone, so I wonder if the figure's ABS and then this got a silicone capsule around it. Interesting. I'm not into it, but it's a cool format. Next, Licca-chan Miniature Package Collection 3rd Generation Licca-chan Gotcha. These are like little Barbies in a little Barbie box on a keychain. You can see they're pretty small, 50 millimeters. Just thought it was interesting. I don't collect Barbies, obviously, or dolls, which I've talked about before, which I've ranted about before. But I just find this format interesting, kind of like the last one. Not into it, but the format's interesting. Let's translate it just for fun. Since we still have Google Translate up, and I actually remembered not to exit out of it. I wonder if Lika Chen is a popular thing. Feminine dress. Yep. This one's feminine too. Inside, the contents cannot be removed. You're supposed to keep it in the box. Now, I'm sure you can get her out of there, and she looks like a real figure. Just pointing that out. And that would be kind of cool. Just bring her from that prison and display them that way. But next. Small umbrella, clear 3. Gotcha. I just thought these were interesting because pretty different that it's umbrellas and they're translucent. They look pretty cool. Just a pretty different product. Let's translate. One through 5 are a set of open and closed umbrellas. So I guess you can't. I was about to say it's cool that you can close them, but this makes it sound like you get the open and the closed, not that you can close the open. Although, see this little post right here? That makes me think you could fold it and click it on there, but yeah, when you look at the closed, it almost looks like there's no way you're getting that out of this. So this could be a mistranslation, but it sounds correct that you get a set of both, I guess. And then there's two of the 7 are stands, umbrella stand and umbrella. Can we zoom in a little bit and still see? Not really. So if you get an umbrella stand, you get 2 closed umbrellas, and this is kind of a shame. They are one of these. Like it says you get grape and mint, which you already get them if you collect the whole set. You're gonna have multiples of the closed version. So that's kind of weird. And it's weird that there's 2 stands. It'd be better if there's just like 1 stand, you don't get any umbrellas, or 2 stands or whatever, and you get unique umbrellas that you can't get separately or something. I'm not really interested in this, but to actually get it, but definitely interested to look at it because it's so different. Pretty neat. All right. Last but not least, we have 2 Instagrams that we check every week of 2 really cool toy manufacturers. One I have a toy from and am possibly interested in getting another. The other, which is MechNoise Toys. The other, I don't have one from them yet, but I would very much like to at some point. So let's see. MechNoise. Okay. Looks like we have something to talk about here at least. This is what we looked at last week or recently. And we did look at this too, right? Yeah, because we were like, it still doesn't show you the painting on the back of this guy. Yeah, anyway. So these are 2 new posts. One is Evangelion, which I'm not into. Let's look at this. A custom Space Frenzy from Beastman Toys. So someone else this is a sculpt from MechNoise that this guy custom painted, and it looks like he did a bunch of custom light work too, which is pretty amazing. I don't know what that is up with that head. If that just looks like, I don't know if it comes with that head. and he just used it as a prop there, as a ripped off robot head. But yeah, he made the head light up. That's really cool. So this is not for sale, obviously. This is their sculpt that this guy just did. Very cool. Very neat. Okay, I'm curious about that robot head. Maybe we can see if it comes with that. That one doesn't show. Maybe this one will. No. Yeah, okay. You can see there the alternate head. Oh, did that one flash? Maybe it... Let's watch this again. I want to see if it flashed like it had lights in it. Let's see. There's the robot head we were talking about. Oh yeah, it looks like that police sign actually flashes. So the guy who did the custom just used the alternate head as a prop of a ripped off robot head. Yeah, pretty cool. Not for sale or anything. Very cool though. Alright, and then last but not least, we have the Galaxy people. Let's see, it doesn't look, no new posts. That's sad. I'm really hoping to get something from this guy at some point. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Some of his figures are really cool. But, well, you know what? Let's check his store real quick, because last time we talked about how a bunch of stuff was missing from his store now, including one of the big figures that possibly I'd be interested in getting. Yeah, they're still missing. So they must be sold out too, along with these guys, which are little guys, and the console is still available. I wonder if the console is scaled to the big or little figures he does, but I'm not really interested in the console. I mean, if I had unlimited money, I'd get it as a prop, but this doesn't really say what size it is, but we could figure it out probably from his Instagram and stuff if we really had to, but I'm not that interested in it to go do that right now. So anyway, that'll be it for this week. So as you can see, I'm halfway there on next week's list. Hopefully we fill that up. If I don't fill it up, or at some point in the future, I am going to be doing some videos for my other channel at some point. So if I'm missing for a week or two, that's why. I should be back. I really only have time to make one video a week though, so if I'm off at the other channel and you don't see posts here, that's why, but I'll be back. And I also have a video brewing for this channel that's something a little different in the next month or two probably. So one of these times when I run out of things to do on ToyVet, or I'm kind of caught up on it like I am now, I'll be doing this something different. I won't say exactly what it is yet. I think I may have already said it before, but we'll leave it at that. All right. Good night.